Are technology investors screwed? In the last few days, as we saw Biden get elected, we saw the market just shooting up through the roof, right? We saw the Dow Jones going up. But then again, it's very, very interesting because there were some sectors and some companies which had complete meltdowns, really seriously huge sell-offs, massive sell-offs. And I think you guys would know what I'm talking about. We've seen companies like, let me just show you, right? We've seen companies like, if you just look at the QQQ, right? If you just look at this is your tech ETF, you can see a massive, massive sell-off. It's come back down here. You see companies like SE, for example, having an 8% sell-off yesterday, massive sell-off as the entire market ran up. You can see companies like Sea Limited drop off tremendously. You see companies like Peloton also dropping off massively, huge drop, nearly a 20% drop, right? Just yesterday, a slight recovery, but then again, a massive, massive drop as well. You see companies like even Facebook, right, have another massive drop right down, all right? You see companies like maybe even the Chinese tech stocks having massive sell-offs, all right? Alibaba having dropped massively, right? So again, this is literally a gap down, and it's come down to 266, right? An 8% drop. And this is in a couple of days where it actually has dropped from 320 to 266. This is a massive drop, right? So this is exactly what is happening. Even let me just show you another example, right? Let me just show you, let's say for example, we're looking at even Zoom. From close to about $588, nearly about $600, it's dropped to about $376, right? So you've seen a massive drop off, right? Like, in a couple of days, right? Barely 2 weeks, you've seen it drop tremendously, massive, massive, massive drop, right? So the question very simply is this: are tech investors screwed? Right? So what we actually see happening very simply is, those stocks obviously that has had a massive run throughout the year, they're losing some steam, right? Those stocks that have a massive run up, they're losing some steam. Those stocks that are, were actually kind of struggling, right? Like let's say, for example, you look at Disney. These are the ones that are actually flying. You can actually see, right? Throughout the entire year, it hasn't really recovered, but right now, boom, right? We see Disney flying. We see companies like the cruise lines, right, really popping up, 20 over, it really, really popped up. It was kind of like, pretty much trading in the range, and then it really popped to over $20, right? We see companies like Expedia, for example, right, really shooting up through the roof as well. We see that yesterday there was a little bit of a sell-off, right? But then again, we see these stocks really, really flying up to the sky, all right? Visa as well. We saw a huge run up, right? Huge gap up, and then this happened. So here's the thing, guys. See, the market in the end of the day is a place which is very, very, very rigged with emotions, right? In one day or in 1 week, nothing really changes. However, stock prices can move up and down 10%. Right? A company's revenue doesn't change, a company's profit doesn't change 20% in one day. Right? However, the markets can move very, very irrationally. There's a lot of talk with regards to, there's a sector rotation, techs are being sold off right now. And yes, we can actually see that happening. But then again, one thing you must understand is this: always, always come back down to the business. Is the business a good business? Is it a worthy business? Is it something that is worth investing into? All right. People can talk about sector rotations and stuff like that. But if you look at Facebook, hey, in the long run, it's just gone up, right? Yeah, sure, it might sell off for now, but eventually it will go back up again, right? Why? Because it's a growing business. More and more people use it. More and more people use it for advertising, for example. As a company makes more and more money through its different various revenue streams, you'll continue making money, and eventually the price will go back up, right? So that's something you got to understand. And when you understand that, you won't see rates as things to watch out for or things to get really, really worried about, right? or rather you'll actually see big REITs as opportunities, right? Opportunities to really get into good businesses, right? But of course, there's one thing that I always like to emphasize on, right? Don't invest into hype, right? Don't invest into hype, right? So again, if you see a stock going up ridiculously high and it's just a lot because of hype, I'd rather stay away. I'd rather invest in good quality businesses that I use frequently, I use daily, which have reasonable multiples, reasonable valuations, and that's the kind of business that I actually want to invest in, right? So, for example, let me give you an example, right? So again, coming back down to like basics, right? Coming back down to basics. So let's say, for example, we're looking at a company like Baba, right? We all know that Baba is a very, very strong company. I don't even doubt, right? So as of right now, you can see that it's actually broken the 20 and the 50 EMA, and it's actually coming down. Right? Actually coming down. And right now, we can see that, hey, it'll probably come back down to a support level, right? The support level, in my personal opinion, is around here, which is pretty much your 250 level, right? So do I see more of a sell-off? The answer is absolutely, right? So looking at this, what is the position that you can possibly take, right? Again, very simply, you can wait for the stock price to come down to 250 before taking action, or you can go and sell a put option to take action and take advantage as well, right? Baba's earnings was released last week. It did tremendously well. Company is really, really growing strongly, no doubt about it. But yeah, so this is the support level. The stock price will look to find some support and it'll likely come here. All right. If you want to take advantage of the downside, if you know how to buy puts, fantastic, right? Then that's a way in which you can actually take advantage. If not, wait. When it comes down, you can take advantage by buying up some shares or buying some long-term options, for example, right? So that's something that you can do. If you currently already have positions, you can hold tight, hold on, right? This too shall pass. Of course, if you have a short-term position, you need to know when to exit, right? Like I mentioned, there's some clear rules that I've actually mentioned in regards to 50% cut loss, right? Like all these different things, right? So again, if it's a long-term position, it's all well and good. Remember, guys, typically when the prices do drop, they drop hard, they drop fast in a short period of time, as we have seen just in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, just 5 trading days, it dropped from over $300 to about 266. However, right, when it does rise, it will rise up steadily over time like this again. All right. So again, the business is doing well. The business is doing great. It's just market sentiment and people just worrying and selling off the stock. All right. So that's something that I want to share with you all. Please take note. And this is a fantastic opportunity. Likewise, even my position in Facebook, for example, right? It's come down to, mummy, it's come down here. We see a nice hammer. I probably expect to see a retracement going back up, right? Let's see what happens, right? But, in the future, if I look back, it'll definitely be much higher than what it is today. The highs was about $300. It'll definitely cross above there. All right. So that's something that I actually foresee. But again, I'm thinking more long term, right? So again, if you understand that, then you don't really have to worry so much about the markets and the movements every single day, all right? If you try to catch the movements every single day, well, the market will surprise you, right? So that's what I want to share with you all. I hope you guys found this video useful, all right? It's not like tech is dead and it's over. It's very, very much alive, right? But of course, let this be a reminder to also make sure you do diversify into different sectors as well, right? It's very, very important. Like I mentioned, you don't want to have every single one of your basket of stocks in just one particular sector alone. All right, look at what are the different sectors that you're comfortable investing in and invest accordingly. All right, so guys, I hope you guys found this video useful. Let me know if you found this useful and let me know what stocks you would like me to analyze and digest. All right, let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you very much. Take care.